Hey, Tony Gas is here. Y'all got to forgive me now. I'm laying down while my wife is, she getting ready for bed, and then I got to get ready. But I'm on the road with we on the road with our oldest, both our sons, but our oldest is playing, and then he plays one more game, and then after that we going to take them to watch a professional soccer game. Just took them my youngest last week to watch a pro game, but just trying to expose them to what they say they want to do, and want to pop on here and chat with you real quick because I did a video and I was just kind of talking about how the different types of things that women are doing and going through. And one lady got blocked about talking about me talking about when a woman got the daddy knows. That's just the truth of the matter. And the thing about it is you can't be sensitive about your truth. You just have to learn how to embrace your truth and love your truth. So just because you have your daddy knows don't mean that something is wrong with it. That don't mean you should go get surgery. So the point of my thing is don't worry about what people say, because if you look at what the world tells you, you obviously could see the world don't know what it's talking about. So it's just kind of like these teeth in my mouth. Everybody who make the money that I make go get veneers, but I still got my natural teeth in my mouth. You know why? Because I could look at people's veneers and tell that that ain't what I want, even though that's what the world say do. So understand that when I'm talking to you, I'm gonna be real with you, but I ain't never telling you not to love yourself. You make the best of what you have, and you do what you can with what you have, and you just offset it. So it's kind of like if I keep my natural teeth in my mouth, okay, I'm gonna grow my beard. I ain't finna shave my beard off and be looking like I touch kids. And so it just is what it is. You got to learn how to put your look together, and you got to learn how to offset things, and you got to learn how to, do what you got to do so that you can be at your best. And it's like I'm not even with myself. I'm 40 years old, so my hair thinning. So what I'm gonna do is the company from Turkey reaching out to me about flying me over there and doing me some hair transplant. Well, I'm probably gonna fly over there and do my little hair transplant because that's what I could do. That's something that I'm able to do. So now I don't have to worry about being insecure about my hair thinning or whatever. I ain't got to always wear no hairspray and then can't even swim or get hit in the head with no water, because now you go from head full of hair to looking like a newborn baby chicklet. And so you got to do what you have to do to be comfortable, but you can't do it based on what the world want. You got to do it based on what you want, what you comfortable with. Now, I ain't got to do that, but that's just something that me personally, I want to do. Now, I ain't finna go get no lipo. I just fast. But if I can't, me fasting don't make my hair grow. Me going to the gym don't make my hair grow. So if I want to have my old nice full hairline, I have to do something else. But what the thing about it is, it's nothing that could go wrong with it. So it's like I can't go get no hairline and then get no hair, you know, transplant and then look like I got two foreheads. If they had to cut my head open and take out a chunk of my head, I wouldn't be going to do it. So that's what I'm talking about with women is, y'all, so many women going to get their booty done and going to get stuff done that could be botched. And then you going and taking the risk of having a botched surgery and looking like Who Shot John and Forgot to Kill Him, Whereas if you're gonna go do something, it's just like if you go get braces. It ain't really much could go wrong if you go get braces. If you go to the gym 5 times, 7 times a week, ain't really much could go wrong going to the gym. But if you go and you get put under and you moving one body part to another body part or moving, fat from one area to another area, it's risk with that, and you got to be careful. And you got to know that, okay, that's your only option, that's your last option, and that's just what you got to do to be able to walk around every day and keep your head up every day, period. And if it ain't to that extent, then you got to find your tribe and know who love you for you and do what you got to do. But and also you got to know the season that you in. Like right now I'm in the no comment season. And then I see some of y'all happy about the comments. No, I'm cutting the comments back off, because when I cut the comments on, it's always idiots. And for me, it's like if I got to be showing up every day and I'm doing these videos trying to help the people that need to be helped, I got to understand my boundaries. And I got to know, because when you showing up every day, guess what? You get drained, you get tired. And it's kind of like if you got to go to work every day and you going to work and you've been at work for 10 years, and then now every time you go to work, somebody got something negative to say, somebody critiquing. You finna get tired of it because you're already tired of doing it. So for me, it's like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders because I realize how influential my voice is and how people make changes in their life based on what they hear from me, and how some people don't have a father, some people don't have a brother, some people don't, and the men that they do have in their life may not have sense, and so you good, and may not have sense, and so therefore when they hear from me, they make changes in their life and they do what they got, what they hear. And so I understand that. So I have to then take and be mindful of my boundaries and my limits and my workload. And that's why, and see, a lot of people don't understand boundaries and they don't know how to cut people off. So that's why you see so many YouTubers, they come on and they be depressed and they be talking about burnout. See, ain't nobody finna burn me out because I hit block and delete. And so much so to the point I got a hoodie line with 100 hoodies I done had made that say block and delete. And hey, don't have that music on, be done got me a copyright strike, boy. I'm gonna get you. You took a post me? Yeah. Okay. How's your body feel? Body good? Okay, thanks. All right. And so you got to know your limits and your boundaries. And this right here, when you see me cut off the comments on my video, I want you to, that's a lesson in that. The lesson is everybody can't talk to you. The lesson is everybody can't access you. Everybody can't reach you. And you got to know when to block and delete. You got to know when to, like we used to say back in the day, when we were kids, going talk to the hand and put the hand up in the face, talk to the hand. And you got to know when to say that. And don't just look at it. And see, this is the thing, is people love to see you get drained. People love to see you get annoyed. People love to see you get agitated. So people in your life want to see the comments turned on in your life. But sometimes in your day-to-day life at work, you got to turn the comments off. Sometimes at your house, you got to turn the comments off. You got to know your boundaries and when to set your boundaries and what you need to do for you. And you have to understand that, and you can't ever give that up. So a lot of, oh, what about when you got kids? Okay, put your kids to sleep and then do your stretches, do your reading, do your meditation, do your breathing exercises. Do what you got to do when you got to do it. And there's no excuse for it. You got to always prioritize yourself. And, love you. And so I want you to think about that. About to go to bed, buddy? Oh, okay. And so in everything, get a lesson. Every single thing, get a lesson. And it have been seasons to where I've been on YouTube and I cut the comments off, and I might be like that a week or two. And then too, see, this is the thing. I know the thing with having the comments off, that means that my video will get in the algorithm less. That's why when you watch other YouTubers, they say make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment, because they assuming that the more comments they get, the more they're gonna get put in the algorithm. See, I'll take and cut myself out the algorithm to protect my peace. You know the quote that went viral, protect your peace, who you think the author of it? Me. You block and delete, who you think the author of it? Me. Separation before elevation, who you think the author of it? Me. Because I have a viral brand online, anything I post online, if it's a retweetable, repostable, it goes viral. So a lot of this stuff that you read online, it's other speakers that's doing tours with my quotes and don't even realize it. It's just they read it online. But I practice what I preach. So when I tell you set your boundaries, that you get to see that when I put a comment on there. And the reason how I know when I got to do it is when I go to going off on people. When I go to reading people top to bottom, left to right, then that's when the Lord said, okay, cut the comments off. Cause if you got demons, that's, people, little demons in the comments, not me having demons, but the devil using people, because that's what he come to do, steal, kill, and destroy. He wanna knock you off your pivot, how you're traveling. And so you got to understand that when that is at work. So what I mean by that is, it might be an ex that's texting your phone, that's knocking you off your pivot. It might be a coworker. It might be a friend. It might be a family member. Block. And that don't mean they got to be blocked for the rest of, your ex ought to be blocked the rest of your life, but your family member, your coworker, they might not need to be blocked forever, but they might need to be blocked for a season. And then when they talking to a dial tone, then they realize, okay, if I'm gonna be in this person's life, I got to come correct or not come at all. And that's how you set your boundaries. So understand that right there. And for me, I don't care about who like it and who don't like it. I don't care about how nobody feel. And people could unsubscribe from your life. You can't get caught up in that. You got to, everybody ain't meant to make it. Everybody ain't meant to go. So I might have something in the works coming up that the Lord finna have me do a blessing, and the people who done got blocked, they can't partake in the blessing. The people who done, unsubscribe from your life, they can't enter into the promised land with you. And that's what you got to realize and understand. So for one thing on here, the season that I'm going into in life, and this is the season that I believe we all, especially in the body of Christ and especially as Christians, is unadulterated truth. Going into a season of where you got to be real across the board with everybody in your life. It's time out for mincing words and not being honest and not being authentic and not being, whatever. So for me, I'm going into a space because for so long I was hiding and I was trying to fit in and trying not to get canceled. But I'm going into the cancelable season, because if God's truth will get you canceled, then I don't want to be on the air if his truth will get me canceled. So if what needs to be said is what needs to be said, it got to be said at all costs. And like Apostle Paul say, sorrow leads to repentance. So the truth got to be spoke. And the reason why we doing bad, that's why you see these people out here looking a mess, because their friends is lying to them. And it's like, how this woman lips look like this, and she got all these so-called friends, and ain't now a person say, that ain't the look that you need to have. That do not go with your face and your nose. And that's the thing is, when you look around, you gonna look at a lot of people and be like, man, you ain't got no friends. Like your mama lying to you too. And that's our problem is we lie to everybody else, so it make us lie to ourselves. So you got to buckle up and get ready, because because what you got to realize is every day I'm punching myself in the stomach. I'm uppercutting myself in the nose with the truth to grow and to get better, to be a better person, be a better husband, be a better father, be a better man. Getting ready to go to bed, buddy? Like, be tight. And when you do that, nobody else ain't got to do it. Ain't nobody else got to come to you and say, hey, we need to talk. Because every day you working on you. Every day you trying to be your best. And that's what I told you. You ain't gonna be perfect. You're not gonna be perfect, but you got to pursue it. And the more you pursue it, the closer you get. You'll never be perfect. But guess what you're gonna be? Excellent. You're gonna be great. You got to keep pursuing. But hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.